Hey, what's happening, everybody? Gameguywoopwoop, and well, this match isn't really of any tiers or such, but this was just testing out a team to see how they would work, and they worked pretty darn well, despite me making one grave mistake and not studying my homework. But needless to say, this team really works well together. I'm thinking about replacing the Frostlass with Togekiss, though, because I think Togekiss might benefit this team a bit better in terms of sweeping in order to cripple the opposition and open up corners for the sweepers to come in and go to town. But whatever, let's get right into this match against PartyOrange. He's going to lead off with his Bronzong, which is shiny. I actually prefer the normal color Bronzong over green one because the green one just looks ugly on Bronzong. Anyway, lead off with my Gregaria is going to go for a close combat, which does a pretty good amount. And I see this thing puts up a Reflect, so I'm guessing, okay, dual screen set right away, because mine runs the exact same set. Bar that Stealth Rocks, I actually run with Gyro Ball and Earthquake instead. So anyway, I go out into Darkness, baiting him to go into his Heatran so I can safely bring in Sebastian and go for Skull, but no, he actually stays in when I bring in Darkluster to go for Stealth Rocks, and he goes out into his Magnezone as I go out to Sebastian. But this is good, because that Magnezone had an Air Balloon, so I'm guessing, okay, offensive subset perhaps, most definitely. So I am going to go into Ding Dong, which was probably the worst play I could have made at that time, because the fact that I was carrying Hidden Power Fire, yeah, definitely could have done a sizable amount of damage to Ding Dong. He's going to go for the Charge Beam, bring up his special attack, as I'm going to use this time to set up a Light Screen, but even still, Ding Dong is going to take, well, not a lot of damage, but a considerable amount of damage, since Charge Beam was just going to keep raising his attack. I brought Ding Dong in just so we could go for the EQ, because I don't have anyone else on the scene that go for the EQ, so I guess in this perspective, Ding Dong has a certain niche for this Magnezone. He goes for the Thunder as I go for the EQ, and that does actually quite a good amount of damage, especially considering that Ding Dong has no investments in attack whatsoever, even with that Reflect up. Now, definitely should have switched out here, since there's the obvious Levitate ability on his Bronzong, and here is just an exchange of setting up Reflect. So that was a bit humorous. Now, here is the time where I can bring in Darkness to sweep, because I know at this point he is going to set up his second screen, so I know I can go for a Nasty Plot as he goes for the Stealth Rocks, and now Darkluster can just go to town on at least half of his team. So he sets up the Stealth Rocks as I set up with the Nasty Plot. I know he's going to go into Heatran for the obvious Fire Blast, but no, I'm actually going to go for the Dark Pulse, which, thinking back, probably wasn't the best idea, but I get a crit. Thinking back, I kind of feel bad, because Heatran definitely could have taken care of Darkluster easily, especially if he had Earth Power on him, but he actually goes for the Taunt here, which I'm guessing he thought I would set up a second Nasty Plot, but seeing that everything on his team was basically Steel, I really didn't need a second Nasty Plot. I probably would have needed a second Nasty Plot if I had kept Darkluster for longer against that Registeel, but unfortunately, no, things don't go that way. So now I can proceed to just take out his Magnezone with a Fire Blast, and he's going to bring in his Bronzong, and that is going to dive to a Fire Blast as well. So Darkluster really did some good work on this in this match. I really wish I hadn't made the grave mistake and kept him in after this turn. Otherwise, I probably could have swept this entire team without much of a problem. Now, he goes on to his Durant. I'm thinking, okay, I can definitely outspeed this thing. No! I have never taken the time to consider what Durant could bring, because I always thought Durant had sucked. Shame on me. That's so one thing for new folks, especially me. Never dismiss anything and think of it not as a threat. So, yeah. My Sweeper's gone, so I'm going to have to make do with what I've got. I'm going to bring in Ding Dong and set up a Reflect, because I look at this thing now and I see this Life Orb, so I'm guessing, okay, Durant must have exceptionally good attack. So I'm going to go for the EQ and see how much I can do to this thing. It's not going to do enough as to where I can kill it really quickly. So I'm going to go out to Gregarious, which I probably should have done earlier instead of Ding Dong, because, yeah, that X-Scissor did a lot, even with it not being very effective. So I'm just gonna go for the close combat and take this thing down. And yes, I really, really need to make sure that I don't dismiss immediate threats from my mind, no matter how sucky I think they are. So now it brings in Steelers, and I'm thinking, okay, there's no way Gregarious can do a lot of damage to Steelers. Whoa, at least half. That's actually pretty good, considering that he's a True Scotch Set, not Sword Stance or such. So I know I'm not going to 2K this thing with the recovering from leftovers, and the fact that he just used Curse. But another close combat should be able to at least get him down into the red, which it most certainly does, which is good for me. Excuse me. So now he's just going to take out Greg with a heavy slam. That's okay, that's okay. Gregarious did some good work weakening that Bronzong and this Steelix. Really wish he could have done some more, because I really love Heracross. It does wonders as a sweeper. So I'm now going to bring in Ding Dong, who takes this heavy slam like no other. I would even say that he's a better physical wall than my Glass Screen, especially considering that he can set up dual screens. So in that perspective, I think I might use him mixed in with some of my OU teams, I'm not sure. But yeah, and now I know that Ding Dong is not going to survive a Seismic Toss from a Registeel. Well, Seismic Toss, period, because, well, Seismic Toss. But Ding Dong did pretty good work, and now the Reflect wears off, but it doesn't really matter since he's really just going to primarily attack with Seismic Toss. So I only have a Roserade, a Frostlass, and a Blastoise to deal with a Registeel. That is not a good matchup at all. So I'm going to put this thing to sleep, go for a Giga Drain, see how much it does. I know it's going to do extremely little, and even with the crit, I'm like, okay, this is not going well. So I really don't know what to do at this point. So stupidly, I go out into my Frostlass. Well, actually, I guess it wasn't that stupid, but, well, whatever. I needed to fodder her off, so, because she really didn't have much use here. I mean, the only thing she could have hit this thing with was Ice Beam. I mean, she had Taunt, but he was bound to keep going for, I just forgot Seismic Toss anyway. But no, he's actually got Thunder Wave, so Taunt actually would have been better to go for than Ice Beam that turn. And I was kind of thinking in the back of my head, wait, could he be running Rest and Sleep Talk? But then when I see him pull out Iron Head, okay, he's not running Rest and Sleep Talk, so I can rest safely on my laurels now. But now I'm wondering what that last move is. There's Iron Head, Seismic Toss, Thunder Wave. I don't know what the last move is. Don't know that much about Registeel, but I do have fairly okay knowledge of what the kick was. So he's just going to hit KO Lassie with some Iron Heads now. And I just got an idea. Perhaps if I can get a burn off on this thing, then I might have a chance to win. Possibly. I might. So I bring in Sebastian, go for Skull, really hoping for the burn, and I actually get it. Of all the crits I've got, any hacks in this game, this had to be the key one right here. So with the burn off on this Registeel, I still have a small slither of hope, try saying that 3 times fast, of beating this Registeel. So I'm just going to leave Sebastian in his fodder and just continually going for the Scalds. Even with the recovery from lefties, he's not going to be able to live a second Seismic Toss from this thing. But that's fine, because there's still Rosie, so she should be able to handle this thing fairly well with Giga Drain and Leftovers Recovery. I'm really wondering what the last move of that Registeel was. I'll have to look into that. So yeah, now Registeel's just basically going to take out Sebastian with Seismic Toss. And these last few turns is basically just going to be an exchange of Giga Drain and Seismic Toss between Registeel and Rosie, with Rosie actually coming, oh wait, actually no, first he goes for the T-Wave as I go for the Giga Drain here. So yeah, I'm actually thinking maybe an Iron Head would have done more. I need to run a damage calculator to show that, but nonetheless, this was an extremely close battle. If I had played it safe and smart and kept Dark Luster away from that Durant, I could have dealt with this Registeel much more effectively, and I wouldn't have had so much trouble with it. But hey, that's another thing that we all learn as we gain more experience in competitive battling. So there's some food for thought, especially for me. So this was an excellent way to test out the team, even for a test, it was a really excellent match. Really close, but really excellent. This team really does work, but I'm seriously considering replacing Lassie with my Togekiss because I've already got somebody to set up spikes, which is Rosie, and, well, Lassie spin blocks and can set up spikes, which is good, especially against steel types like this, since they're immune attacks and spikes, but I guess I could kind of play around with it and see how they work, especially seeing that Lassie really didn't get much use in this match. But gotta say, Dark Luster, Ding Dong, Sebastian, Gregarious, Rosie, and Lassie. They're a pretty good team. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time.